and welcome to Chasing the Gypsy Moon. I'm Sherry. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So I do all things van life, and right now I have been doing van life to find another home. If you're wondering why, you can look at my past videos. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but we're headed up to Selma, then we're going to Clovis, possibly Fresno, and then a campground called Lake. So stay tuned. Hi. So now we're pulled over at a rest area, but my friend and I took off on our adventure tonight around 8 o'clock. I know it's hard to see me, but I've just got my little starlights on, or moonlights. Anyway, we took off on our adventure and we decided to pull over to a Cracker Barrel in Bakersfield, and we were just going to stay the night there. And just as we got into our cars and my friend was putting her reflectix up in the window, she heard some guy popped out of nowhere and he's like, "Hey, is that Jay's van?" pointing at my van. And she's like, "No." And he's like, "Are you sure that's not Jay's van?" And I'm listening to this and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I called her and she's like, "Some guy is asking me if your van is Jay's van." And I'm like, who the hell is Jay, you know? So he was on a bike and he took off, but then he came back and he put his bike, like, I always back in, and he put his bicycle like right on my front bumper, and then he's like walking around my van, and then he starts tapping on the back window and saying, "Jay, Jay, Jay." And I'm not saying anything, but I'm getting freaked out. I don't have my reflectix up in my back window or my side, driver's side. And he walks around and he's standing there, and he looks like he's looking right at me, and I have limo tent on my car, so I'm like wondering how he could possibly see me because my lights are all off, and he's just standing there, and it looks like he's like just staring right at me. And then it looked like he was going to pull something out of his pants or something, and so at that I made sure I was I had protection, I'll just put it that way. And I told my friend, you know, what was going on. We were on the phone with each other the whole time. And then I had my dog's stroller in the driver's seat. And so I just grabbed that stroller. I don't know how I got it over my seat, but I did. Threw it in the back, jumped in the front, and just turned my car on. And then the guy runs around to the front of my car and he's like, "Is Jay in there? Is Jay in there?" And I just turned my car and he like moved his bike real quick and we just peeled rubber out of there. So now we're at a rest stop, but I can't really sleep. I'll see you in the morning, hopefully. So we got up the next morning and I just went straight to Selma because I couldn't wait to see this house. It's a Victorian home, and I absolutely love Victorian homes, and I've always wanted one, and I instantly fell in love with this one, and I would love to have it. This is one of the entrances that has like already a handicap ramp that goes right up to that door, which would lead into the perfect dance studio for me. And yeah, I'm going to show you. Look at that massive air conditioning unit up there. That's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys around the house. But it had a strange yard. Like, to the side of that is actually an alleyway that you go to get around to the back of the house. But it's 3 stories tall. And this house needs a lot of work. I would say probably close to $1 million worth of work. Once you get inside, you will
see what I mean. But the whole downstairs, I think, had been redone. However, after looking around, I could definitely tell that they're going to even need to lift part of this house because it's sinking on one side. So that's an astronomical amount of money. But if I had the money to do it, I would, because that's how much I fell in love with this house. It would just be absolutely perfect for all of the purposes I had in mind. Um, when you walk around to the back of this yard, it had beautiful flowers, and the grass was perfectly landscaped. Um, but there is like a lot of moss or something that grows around there. You can see that on that roof right there. And that's the freeway right there. So it's perfect if you wanted to do what I wanted to do, which was like have like a bed and breakfast. There's many entrances that goes up to the third floor, I believe, and this right here goes into a laundry room. That door right there goes into a laundry room. And my real estate agent at this point is just trying to figure out how to get into the home. Such pretty roses. I love tequila roses. So that's a gate that opens up so that you can put your car there or RV. There's even a big enough space that you could put an ADU there. Um, the house needs all new windows replaced, but even though they don't have new windows, you couldn't see that. There's the door you walk in. Oh, this is just fabulous. Yeah, she did do a lot of work. A lot of work. On the inside. Michaela, there's the studio right there. That would be the perfect studio right there. This would be my dance workout studio. Mm-hmm. Oh, same. Looks like she had the same idea. There's a treadmill over there. This is huge. Oh my God, look at this kitchen. Look at this refrigerator built in. Oh my God. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. Whoops. So this is the upstairs of that house. I think this was the second level, and it just needed so much work. You could tell that they had started on it, but there's actually places where you can tell that the wall is uneven, and so the whole house needs to be like lifted on one side. I'm not sure what that is. But there is so much work that need to be done to this house, and it's the work would probably cost more than the price of the house, but they were trying, you can tell. As you can see, like even with that door, like none of the doors in the house would close properly, again because everything was off, and you can see here how much water damage there is. So even though I really love this house, I think it would cost probably twice as much to fix it up as it's going for. But this is totally my dream. And if I had the money, I would have bought it in a heartbeat and fixed it up. There was even one of these little rooms where the windows were stuck open, and there was wasps making nests in the house. And, God knows what else might be crawling in there. Probably rats and mice and all kinds of things. This house at one time, I guess, was some kind of home for men. I don't know if it was for rehabilitation or what it was. They just told me that that's what it was. So, and it was all freshly painted, but it looked like it was, instead of being done right, it looked like it was painted to hide stuff. Because there was a lot of indications of severe water damage. So I imagine behind walls and under flooring there was probably mold. And this was something new that was put in there. But it was really cool to see it, and God, the things I could do with this house. I've always wanted to have like an Airbnb where I could have it as also a haunted house, and at Halloween, which is my favorite holiday. But oh well. Just wanted to share this part with you guys, because even though the downstairs, can you tell that none of the cabinets actually close? Because the whole house has settled on one side and not the other. And the ceilings in this rooms were very, very short. Like my head almost touched the ceiling, and I'm only 5'5", so and with that sign you can tell that she had the same idea. She was going to try to turn it into a bed and breakfast, which is what I wanted to do. It is strange that there's piping, like water pipes and stuff that run all through the top part of the house too. Yeah, it's unfortunate sometimes that you find something you really like, but you can't do anything. So now I'm on my way to Clovis, and to look at some houses, but I gotta admit I'm very in love with that Victorian home, even though I know it's probably going to cost way more than I can afford to fix it. And it's my dream to have a Victorian home, and it seems like everyone in the town knew the lady that lived there and liked her and have nothing but good things to say about her and the house. So that's nice. It's right off the freeway. It'd be easy access. Gonna see where life is gonna take me, but I'm gonna go look at some homes in Clovis and kind of look around in Clovis. And again, I'll take you along with me. So like there's a wall around this place with bricks. Like, was this somebody's tiny home? I don't know. Little walkway down to the river.
I mean, it'd be pretty cool to live in there. I mean, if you back in the day, I mean, it's a little small, but
Get you out of the elements. There's a little chimney for it.
Here's a little walkway to walk down to the river. Yeah. And the rocks are all the little trolls that are going to come to life. Oh, somebody did tag the rocks. Well, they did some kind of artwork on it. Not exactly. I'm not in Kansas anymore. So I walked up to this thing because it looks like a jail or something. Right by our campsite, and you can walk in. It's like a little tiny mini house. It has like a little fireplace with a little mantle. And you can look out the window and see the river going by.
Hey, this could be my new studio.
Science for Changing World. Stream gauging station. Interesting. Good morning. Oh, it's still raining outside. I gotta get up out of here and get my dogs outside so they can go to the bathroom. And then I need a nice hot cup of coffee.
Call me. So I can see.
Coffee.
Here's this. Put it down.
I hope I put enough water in there. It's a rainy day. I hope those people in that tent are okay. I haven't seen anybody in there. It's been pouring all night. Huh, Pixie? Sitting here drinking some coffee, and I got my egg white bites heating up in the oven. Just listening to the rain. It's really beautiful. It's so peaceful to sleep to the sound of rain. I'm going to be quiet, see if you guys can hear it. So we had a nice day at the campground and we're on our way home. If you've watched the video this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Please like and subscribe.